Hey everyone, thank you for being here. It's Dawn Virgins Tarot. I'm here with your June 2023 General Collective reading for the sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And yeah, of course, we're about almost a week into June. Did I say July when I started? Well, I don't know, but anyways, we're almost a week into June. Um, so my readings they're falling a little bit behind, but nonetheless, it is all conducive, give or take a week. But this is your June reading, so yeah. So thank you for being here again. We can go ahead and get started. So we have the Three of Swords, and we have and it's clarified by the Four of Cups and the Moon card. So what this is saying to me is that someone is maybe in the fields right now. They may, um, either be a little bit lovelorn or disappointed in some sort of way or healing from that. Um, this Four of Cups and the Moon card, I feel like this is something. The one thing about this and this Four of Cups, as well as some other cards coming up, like this Devil energy and this Fool card and this Ace of Swords, they all talk about like familial issues, like in this deck. So there could be something going on within a family dynamic. It could be with a spouse, a partner, or maybe parents or something like that, like siblings and parents. Um, so yeah, I'm feeling like there is some sort of discord. This Four of Cups energy seems to be like they have their hands clasped, like they're really hoping and wishing for something to improve, maybe for someone to come back, for something to happen. Like ultimately, there's someone, and this kind of veers a little bit, but there's someone who is hoping to get word of some sort of help with something, like rebuilding something, repairing something. It may be a home, it may be a vehicle, or something like that. So there's someone who is hoping for a breakthrough on that as well. But nonetheless, and like this Moon card is just saying that this is because this is the just the general energy. So someone is just feeling very unsure and uncertain right now about what's going to happen with someone or with something. Um, yeah. So the Ace of Swords, it is yeah, it can be about breakthrough. It can be about talk about like take a new initiative on something, a new idea, um, or something to that effect. This also talks about like what is that noise? I'm hearing something downstairs. But anyways, but yeah, it does talk about like something, some sort of issue with children or something like that. So again, this could be something going on with like okay, since we have this double energy and this Fool card, the double energy talks about in this deck it talks about kind of going against the social norms or what may be considered normal, as does this Fool card. Um, yeah, so it's like I feel like there's something, like the devil energy talks about going against it, the Fool card talks about mocking it. So I feel like there's someone who has dealt with a person within their family unit that is probably going against the grain of what may be considered tradition or something that may feel like okay is dishonorable to the family or something that goes against what the family stands for, but this person is being kind of true to themselves. And if you see here, like the devil card is clarified by the Eight of Swords, and um they're both in restraints. And this devil card, it deviates from the traditional one in the sense that there is no one else attached to him. Like this is about his issues, his trauma, his, the things that he's dealing with. It's not about anybody else. So I find that interesting that he's restrained, he's in his head. He feels like really like people are putting him in his head. Like it's something like he feels confident in himself and assured, but like he's probably been exposed to something, like maybe it could be online, it could be within the family, but people are starting to pick it apart and it has this person doubting themselves. But when you look over here at this Fool energy, it's freedom. It's freedom, it's whimsy, it's really not giving a darn. It's just going forward and being their authentic selves. And it's this fight, the Seven of Wands, like having the courage to stand up for oneself, is what is driving, what is freeing this energy. So again, these two energies are similar in a lot of ways and more than meets the eye, in the sense that they are about going doing something different and pushing the envelope and not falling into a particular construct and doing their own thing, not doing or doing things out of tradition and because people, you know, have said that they should do it. So it's just about coming outside of, so it's something going on with that. Like there may be like one parent that may be accepting, one parent that may be not, or some sort of discord. So this is focusing on healing for some people because this is the placement of advice or what Leo should be doing with their energy and time. So this is about, for some people, being confident in who you are and not letting people get to you or make you question yourself, which takes work sometimes. I get it, but it's also, for some, it's about, you know, you don't have to explain yourself to everyone. You don't have to, put everyone in your business, or have people. It's not about being ashamed of who you are either, but it's about, not letting people into your life who aren't serving you well, who don't mean you well, and not letting in that type of energy. Um, so yeah, what was I saying? I feel like I was going somewhere else with that, but yeah. Okay, but anyways, it'll come back to me. So as far as what is coming in, we have the Page of Swords. We have or this could also be, oh, that's where I was going with it. As far as this is concerned, this could be like the relationship. If someone has left, there, it could be because, you know, they use some sort of weird excuse, like this isn't what I thought it would be, or I don't like this about you, or something like that. Like someone is using that as some sort of catalyst to abandon certain responsibilities or something like that. Or maybe it's someone who just has an issue with their, people make excuses for their bad behavior or something like that. It could be that type of situation too. So this is just about knowing that, like, even if it is a spouse or mate or partner, their opinion of you doesn't define who you are. You're still an individual at the end of the day. Um, but yeah, but so anyway, so what we have, okay, so what's coming in is the Page of Swords, and it's clarified by the Ten of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. And the Page of Swords, it talks, it can be news. I think for some people they will be getting news, like I mentioned, someone who is wanting some resources or supplies, like something is falling apart, something may be broken and needs to be fixed, and they're waiting on some sort of word about something, or fixing up something, or fixing up a family home, or doing something like that, or a vehicle. Um, yeah, and I'm feeling that they will be lended, that like someone will come to their aid, or something will work out on that end. For other people, it feels like, because of this, it feels like, okay, I'm thinking a bunch of things at one time and trying to say them all at one time. So let me calm down or start over. Um, so the Page of Swords can also be about kind of staying on defense about something, but it can also be a person that is willing to accept that they were wrong in a situation, and they do so kind of humbly because it's not something they're accustomed to doing. Like they usually like might not like admit defeat, or they may be the type of person that shows I'm sorry, but they don't necessarily say I'm sorry. Like they do it in some form of a gesture, and that's what I'm getting this Page of Swords energy. Like, because this is someone, they're not like an immature person, they're not young, but it's like when it comes to like humbling themselves and admitting defeat, it's like, how people are with that. So the fact that they're even taking those steps, it is something, pretty interesting. And I will say that if, whoever this is for, if you choose to like hear a person out, then let them speak without like going, without criticizing it. And but if you're not with it, then that's your choice too. But don't entertain it. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, I feel like this is some sort of apology. This Ten of Wands speaks about someone doing something like integrity, doing something because it's the right thing, even though it's difficult. And you can flip this because this could also apply to you and your treatment towards another person. So you can make it fit however. But there's and again, this could be a mate or a spouse or someone in the family, a sibling, a parent, a step parent. Um, yeah. This Four of Pentacles and this particular deck, it talks about like tradition, it talks about honor, it talks about reputation. So I feel like this is also the driving force behind this. Like someone is, um, I don't know, someone is just choosing to do the right thing, and maybe this person, like for some people, this is like a mate that is understanding, like this is my person, like this is the person who I'm meant to be with. We have this Ten of Pentacles here and this King of Cups here. So I just feel like someone is seeing something for what it is. But I will say that it's important in this situation, like if this is a situation with a mate or a spouse, not to put a lot of pressure on the situation. Just let them come to the realization in their own time and space. Whether you're with it or not, when they finally come around, it's up to you. But because now when I pulled these cards, I'll just lay them here. It's interesting because we have a lot of fire. First of all, we have the King of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. So a lot of Sagittarius energy as well as Leo. But in the way that it comes out, like sequentially speaking, you have this person who may be. I'm trying to hold this right because I'm sitting in an awkward position, so bear with me. So this is the King of Wands, like someone who's, the stuff. He may be a charmer. He may be very charismatic. He may be a fun person to be around, but I don't know if he's 1,000% trustworthy in the sense of maybe fidelity or just, whatever the case may be. And this came next. And then the Nine of Wands came out, and I feel like this King of Wands kind of got hit with a dose of their own medicine, or either a dose of reality in some sort of way. Something hit them and knocked them off of their high horse. And it came in kind of like, all at once, like something hit them all at once. Some sort of realization. It could be someone maybe stepping away from the situation and not being available to them anymore, or whatever the case may be, but something affected them. Or maybe it has nothing to do with this person. Maybe it's something on the outside happened, or maybe they got with someone and realized the grass isn't greener, or they were violated in some way and they're like, what was I thinking? Because it feels like they took a hit. And then the next card that came out was the Ace of Swords, which we have two aces of swords. So again, giving a person their own time and space and letting them come to draw their own conclusions. I mean, it's important. It's important not to stronghold people and just let them figure things out for themselves. And I feel like someone has done that. And then we have the Nine of Cups. The Temperance came out next. Temperance card, Sagittarius again. So you may be dealing with a Sagittarius, or they may have Sagittarius in their chart, or you do. But anyways, someone in this dynamic is, I feel like there is someone in the situation that is being told to practice patience, because I feel like someone is manifesting their relationship. And it may be, I can't speak as to whether it's worth saving or not, because every situation is different, and it's not my place. You'll have to come to that realization. But I feel like someone is practicing patience, and focused on other things, and focusing on letting their higher authority and the divine kind of sort a lot of this stuff out, not taking matters into their own hands. And I feel like for the other person in this situation, someone is just kind of, things are transpiring around them and it's making them see things kind of in a different perspective. So again, just give something time to reveal itself. And then I finished with the Nine of Cups. So this means that, this is, whoever this is involving is very happy. They're, whether they've gotten back with this person, whether they've reconnected with whether they've reconnected with the people in their lives that may have caused some sort of some sort of discomfort. Well, what word am I looking for? People that may have been critical of them, people that may have done them wrong or done them dirty, like whether they've actually made amends or whether this person just chose to go their separate ways. I do feel like there is some mending happening. I feel like by someone stepping away and letting the universe kind of handle it, someone is going to come around on their own accord. And but again, whether the other person involved chooses to accept that or they choose to just step away from the situation, just know that even if you're not dealing with these people or this person in the dark, in their own world, an element, they're thinking about this. They're tormenting them, not necessarily tormenting themselves, but they realize that they were in the wrong, whether they admit it or not. But nonetheless, all is gonna be well. If this is someone looking for some sort of help in some sort of situation, I feel like that help is coming. And this help is coming through someone who may have shunned you in the past, or who may have done you wrong, or it could be just a kind gesture from someone who is coming in. But anyways, but yeah, there is fulfillment coming in, and I think for a lot of people it will be the mending of a relationship that they really wanted to work out, because this could be someone taking you through something because of something they feel like you did to them as well. And just a lot of pettiness, someone who was hurt, who doesn't know how to communicate. Because this Three of Swords, it talks about communication as well. So I feel like someone is just, there isn't good communication within a dynamic as well. And if someone just talk, if they were to open up and talk a little bit more, I'm going to pull a couple of cards to sum this up, a couple of oracle. But yeah, so I feel like there is a relationship in this situation that is worth saving or salvaging. So I feel like this Nine of Cups is because, okay, something finally worked out. Someone got to the bottom of things, and a new start, this Ace of Swords. King of Cups, for some people, this Page of Swords energy could be evolving. And this King of Cups is the energy that, um, kind of cultivates through trial and error. People have to grow sometimes in a situation. But I feel like someone has grown. Um, and if you choose to not be with this person, I feel like someone is just satisfied at the fact, that this person finally saw themselves. Because I feel like there's someone who's been trying to get someone to see their own BS for a while, or and it's like this person was kind of not trying to hear it, or they were not, they were oblivious to it, but they finally seen, what it really is. And now this has satisfied someone in some way. But let me pull a couple of cards for the sign of Leo. Thank you, Spirit. Messages of affirmation, messages of direction, and enlightenment. One more. Leo. So we have to start. It says, I am a ray of light in a neutral world. So yeah, I think that's again, there could be someone who took a hit maybe in their confidence after this situation happened. Maybe someone didn't know how to communicate and made someone feel less than or talk down to a person, and that kind of affected their self-esteem. But just know that there is something very special, something that is within you. Um, and again, like not letting anyone, when we were talking about this double energy and this full energy, not letting anyone make you compromise who you are, who you choose to be, like not letting people get in your head and make you question yourself and all of that. But on the back of this card, it says, how can I improve the lives of others today? What can I do to make my light shine brighter? Okay, so yeah, that's talking about not being a jaded person. And again, if this is you, because again, I mentioned that this could be someone else, or this could be you who may be, I don't know, it's different for different people. But if it's something that you're taking someone through, then maybe it's just, because sometimes Spirit says, we have to look at ourselves as well. So you'll have to make that fit how it does. And so we have, my mind is an empty glass today. I will fill it with only productive and beneficial thoughts. And then on the back, when it says, when am I most likely to experience negative thoughts? How can I encourage myself in these moments? So this is what we have. And so that makes me think about like this Four of Cups energy right here, because if you can see, and they're both, this Four of Cups and this Moon energy, they're kind of in this yoga pose, and they're both like in this meditative state. So it's like they aren't taking things into their own hands, and whenever their thoughts start to run wild or their emotions start to run wild, they just kind of recenter themselves. And whenever the negative thoughts occur, they try to catch them before they, again, let the emotions, when we talk about Three of Swords, letting your emotions run away, and we're not letting it, because it's not like we try to do it, but it's just kind of what happens sometimes. Our emotions sometimes can lie to us and can kind of paint a warped picture of the reality of things. So yeah, it's just about keeping it positive, in other words. And when the negative thoughts come, circumventing them with good things, positive things, funny things you love, things you like to do. In meditation. This says, I am unique. No one else can play my part. And on the back, this is a pop out. And on the back, it says, "What is my current purpose in this world? How does it make a difference? I am unique. No one else can play my part." This may be for someone, again, I told you there's someone who's dealing with a relationship and someone has seen that the grass is not greener on the other side. No one can take your place. And I feel like no, this person has come to that realization. So, what is my current purpose in this world? How does it make a difference? That's something, that part you'll have to answer for yourself. But I feel like this message is for someone. You know, this person will come around. Don't pressure them. Don't try to force their hand. Be your authentic self. You know, go on with your life, and everything will come back together as it should. Or if you choose not to, I feel like this could just be something like rebuilt. Something is happening. A new situation is forming, and ultimately you will have your 10 of Pentacles and your King of Cups energy. And if it's not a relationship you're seeking, then that just means there's something being built, something that is coming from, like, something you want to do, something you want to build, something you want to create, being very successful. And this is going to be coming from like a secure place, like a very secure place, but also one that is heartfelt, something that is like someone leading from the heart, or whoever comes in to help you is someone who is very powerful, or who is at the height of their game, but who also um, is in touch with their humanity, and not like this, you know, tyrannical type of person, or someone who's just in it for themselves, like someone who is really there for you. So yeah, so this could be just a partner, a business partner, or whatever the case may be. So it depends on what it is you're manifesting for your life. But that's what I have for you guys, Leo. Thank you so much again for being here. Dawn Burgins Tarot, and I will see you next time. Bye.